name is Dominic Parker. Who am I? I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. I compete in the 100 kg weight class. I'm 20 years old. I have a small family, pretty small family. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably maybe just a year. It might have just gone on to a year. Maybe some extra months in there, a year some change. But pretty recently, it's really not too much. I guess if you want to ask like, who am I? Why am I powerlifting? Why do I want to do this? Pretty much powerlifting because I have this God-given talent, God-given strength, and I feel that God has given me this so that I can come out here and compete and be the best, and by doing this I can be an inspiration. So inspiration, but really an example of what it is to be a quote-unquote Christian, because obviously we see a lot of when we think of Christian, we can think of a lot of different things. So I feel like I can be an example of what it is to love others and to be humble, but to also show like the strength of God, and that just like a simple guy like from the small city can pretty much take over the world and do it because of Jesus, and do it by Jesus, and kind of show that you can do whatever you want, if it's for the right reasons, I guess. And yeah, I feel like this is his will for me, just from the way things has happened in my life. So
talk to me a little bit about your faith in Jesus, how that started.
Faith in Jesus. So my mom obviously is the foundation of that. My mom was saved from a very young age. So my mom had a very tough childhood. Not to go in too much on my mom, but yeah, so she had to take her younger siblings to church, so they had to walk and go to church. And my mom just realized from a young age how messed up her world was, and she realized and Jesus came to her, and she was just filling on Jesus, and she had her grandmother to pray for her. And so my mom has been through a lot, and she has been just a great example of just faith and what that looks like. Like, she's obviously an amazing woman. So I think that following Jesus, once I really became aware, was obviously just such a great thing to do, because my mom is so amazing. So it's of course, you know what I mean, if I can be like my mom, that's great. So she has always been my biggest supporter, and she's always been there for me. I've always had what I needed. We've never I've had hard times, but we've never struggled, and I'm just so blessed to have her. And she prayed with me. She tried to teach me scripture and things. And obviously when you're young, you don't really, that's just kind of like mumbo jumbo a little bit, but it really does stick. And so recently, I really can't say when, there's not a certain moment that it clicked for me, but over time, I guess I'll say starting in 2020, I just started to follow Jesus more and more, and yeah, it's kind of weird. There wasn't a moment where it was I'm a believer, I'm a Christian today, but and every time Jerry talks about this, he says that you I don't know if he says you should have a time where you remember that you're a Christian, but I can't think of a time. So I always say when I hear something like that, Lord, I just give my life for you. I say it over and over, not because I already know that my life is His, but I just like to confirm, Lord, my life is yours. Let me do your will. And as we just continue to talk and I learn more about what it is to be a man of God, and just learn more scripture, and I just get closer to Him, and just I just pray that I can continue to remember what I'm doing this for, because we can all fall. No matter how long you've been a Christian, we can all fall. So I just want to continue to be diligent and continue to go for the Lord, and not lose sight of that. And I feel like that. So what would I tell an aspiring powerlifter who is having trouble with their faith? I would tell them that's a really good question. Aspiring powerlifter, that's struggling with their faith in Jesus. I would tell them to get around other powerlifters that are believers. I never knew how much it was important because I'm such an introvert myself, but really having people that you can go to and like people that you really love and are like family is like really helpful, and just encouraging you to follow Jesus. If you can't do that, like definitely finding a church, like a good church, because there are a lot of churches, but like I was blessed enough to find a United Church here in Maryland, and they are amazing. Like they teach the word, it's nothing more, nothing less, but they teach to follow Jesus, and like that's the best thing. That's the best thing to learn and to know. Like if you're going to a church and they're not talking about Jesus, following Jesus, if they're talking about how you can, I don't know, any nonsense. If it's not Jesus, if it's not biblical, from Scripture, then I would say to stay away. So yeah, finding like-minded people, and yeah, finding a good church home. And there are plenty of people in the gym that are believers, so definitely just network, just be friendly, of course, and be open to those new relationships and new connections.
So with lifting, do you have any background in sports? Do you have any background in any kind of lifting?
No.
Yep, a double cheeseburger with fries and a high C. And can I get 2 double cheeseburgers?
Yes, sir.
Can I get 2?
I can go a little more in depth on that. So I played football for maybe like a month or so. I played football for a month or so. My mom really didn't want me in sports. She didn't want me to get hurt, and it was only her. So it wasn't like I didn't have like my dad like, oh no, he needs to play sports. So it was just my mom. She didn't really want me to play anyway. So I tried to play football again in high school, but that didn't work out. Like I just didn't have the dedication. I was just doing the wrong things. I wasn't worried about football. I didn't really care for it. So like it was something to do, but it wasn't something like that I was actually focused on, like powerlifting. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of my sports career. I tried basketball. I didn't make the team. I think 9th grade. But I've always been athletic. Like I play football, like just outside with your friends, like stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. I learned about lifting from my stepfather. He works out, so he introduced me to that from pretty young age. And then I saw my mom working out too, so I think that inspired me also, because I'm like, oh, my mom is strong. Like I want to be, I want to be stronger than my mom. She can't beat me. So, seeing them work out, and he kind of showed me like the basics, like just form and technique and things like that. So,
why powerlifting? Have you looked into any other strength sports like that?
No, honestly, man, I think I just live like day to day. I feel like I don't know how powerlifting came into play. Like I started working out in my basement because my stepdad has a gym in the basement. So I for some reason, I don't know what reason, but I got really into working out, and I was just really consistent. I made my own program. I was working out like 5 days a week in the basement. And after about maybe a year or so of that, then I got my first membership at UFIT. And I don't know what happened between that time, but maybe it was TikTok or I don't know how I found out about powerlifting. I honestly couldn't tell you, but I'm thinking it was TikTok. Like maybe I saw like Russell or something like on TikTok, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And so one day, like I told my mom like I was gonna try this, and like I bought a tripod and everything, and yeah, I was already like squatting and benching, but the day I was serious, I went to the gym and I tried to deadlift, and I got 455, like first time deadlifting, and and yeah, I think that's the first day that I was actually like serious about powerlifting that I can recall.
With your stepdad, share real quick. You had mentioned about you taking all the plates. Share that little story.
So at this point, I've been working out for a while in the basement, and I think I had the video on my phone, but
feel it first. Just feel it. That is strong. Oh God, come on. Come on. That's every weight in the house. That's every weight in the house.
Let's go.
I got to the point where I got every weight in the house and I squatted it for like 2 reps. I forgot how much it was, but I think it was like 460 or something. And I got it for like 2 reps, and I was like awesome. And that's the first time I got like really injured too. Yeah, I think I tweaked something like in my lower back, and then I was out for a couple of days. But yeah, I got every weight in the house. It was like even like the 2.5s and every single weight. So yeah, that was pretty fun, cool thing to do.
So you train at Anarchy Gym. When did you sign up there?
So I moved in with my girlfriend maybe a year, coming up on a year ago. So that's when, as soon as I moved, the first thing I did was sign up for Anarchy. Like I saved up like some money. I think it was like I paid for like 6 months paid in full, I think. So it was like $400 something, and I got that, had that saved up, and I did the 6 months paid in full from the very first day that I moved over there in my apartment now. And yeah, from then I've been going to the gym ever since at Anarchy.
So 1 year at Anarchy and you sign up for your first meet. What made you sign up for a meet?
Well, I was already serious about powerlifting, so I guess like the first step, I guess what really makes you a powerlifter is competing in a meet. So I guess I can officially say I'm a powerlifter now. But in my mind I was already a powerlifter, but I just needed to compete. I needed to get my feet wet, and you know, obviously I saw the record, the Maryland record, a while ago, and I was like, that's breakable, I guess, you know. So I don't really know if I thought that, like, I don't know. I saw the number, and
So what was the number?
606
Pounds.
606 pounds. Yeah. So I don't know. I just kept working out, kept getting stronger. Like obviously, I did a lot of research on just programs and what other guys do, and I kind of just found out what works best for me. Well, I still don't know what works best for me, but what works good for me. Try different things, just being consistent, trying to eat right, and just being really dedicated, and yeah, the goal was attainable, and I'm blessed enough to be at the point where I could break it, and I did.
So building up to the meet, what was your max squat, your max bench, and your max deadlift?
So the last squat I did was 600 for 2. Last bench was 355, and deadlift was 600.
600. Okay.
On a deadlift bar.
For the Lord! Come on, baby. Lord God, it's easy. How do you feel about smashing the squat record for Maryland?
It feels cool. The job's not done. So I mean, it doesn't. It's nice. It's nice to I guess be able to have that on my resume. But I'm nowhere near where I want to be. So I mean, it's nice. Even when I get to the point where I am where I want to be, like I really just want the platform. Like somebody was asking me today, like, oh, you know, like you make money, right? Like it's like a pro league, you make money. I'm like, no, like you really don't make a lot of money from doing this. Like I'm really doing it for the platform. Like I think that I love people, and I like helping people, and I want to, like I said, I want to be able to inspire others and spread Jesus, because Jesus is the one that really does it. So if I can, you know, introduce Jesus to one person and really like follow Jesus, then I feel like, you know, my job is done. But I feel like to get that platform, and I will say, like for my own selfish reasons, like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, like, you know, I don't know, but I want to be the best also, like, right, my own ego and pride or whatever. But like I want to be the best, but I just have to, like I said before, I have to remember why I'm doing this. It's not to beat anyone else, even though I would have to in that process. But you know, it's not to be able to brag or like, you know, it's really for Jesus. But obviously, I do want to be the best, and I am competitive. So,
Did you have a coach during this?
No.
Do you plan on getting coached before your next meet, or will you continue training yourself?
I'm gonna leave it up to God, pretty much. I mean, I don't want to pay for a coach, so I don't have that kind of income where I can just kick out like an extra $500 for somebody to coach me. But if God's put somebody in my life, like Daryl, he was a really big help. I'm gonna pay him though. Like anybody that coached me, I'm gonna pay him, and I just don't want to pay anybody right now. So, you know, but if God wants to put somebody in my life, to help coach me, then I'm down. But I'm not really too worried about it. 255.
So your first squat opener was 255. How did that feel? Hitting that in kilos, that was 562 pounds.
So I don't want to stray off the question, but all my lifts, like all the squats at least, and the squats really, like they felt like nothing. Like not like in a bragging way, but really I think just all the adrenaline and like all those people, it didn't really feel like weight. Like the last lift, like it felt more difficult than the other ones, but I can't say that it felt like it was like weight on my back. Like as compared to a gym where you just chill when you're trying to lift, like when you put 600 pounds on your back in a gym, like it feels heavy. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, well, for me at least, because that's like around my max, but it feels heavy. But there was just kind of like so many other things going on, the factors, that it just kind of felt like a lift, I guess. But what was the question?
You answered it.
Okay.
With the bench, your opener was 308, your second was 319, and your third was 330. Your third was a miss.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about how your bench was on all of them?
Trash.
On all of them?
I mean, yeah. 308 it was okay.
Come on, baby.
And Alexander in the hole.
Come on. Easy, baby. Come on now. Come on. Come on, Dom. Come on. Easy.
Okay, good lift.
Come on, brother.
Second one was, I mean, yeah, the first two were good. I mean, obviously I missed the last one, but I have plans to improve my bench like drastically.
Why do you think you missed your last one?
It wasn't strong enough. There was no misgroove. It wasn't like I lost position. I wasn't strong enough. That's it.
So for your deadlifts right before you took electrolytes, did you feel anything with the electrolytes that they might have changed anything for you?
I'm not sure. I bet they probably did though. Like the Gatorade and the applesauce, I bet it probably did. But I really I didn't feel anything different. But I'm pretty sure that it did like play a role in like.
What'd you eat the whole day?
McDoubles.
Yep, a double cheeseburger with fries and a high C. And can I get 2 double cheeseburgers?
Yes, sir.
Can I get 2?
Before your first lift, what did you eat? Before your first squat?
A McDouble, right?
One McDouble?
Yeah, you get one McDouble, yeah.
So the whole thing, the whole thing, throughout from the beginning of the squat.
It was like 3 McDoubles. Yeah.
3 McDoubles.
Yeah.
So you got maybe 1,200 calories for the whole meat, right?
I think a McDouble was like 300. So I think it's like 900.
Yeah, so you got 1,000 calories or less for the whole meat.
Well, no, because the Gatorades are like pretty like 100 something calories in the Gatorade, so probably like 1,000 plus.
You think you're on your next meet, you might plan differently with how you want to experiment with food?
I will say I'm gonna definitely bring more like applesauce, like Gatorade and stuff. But as far as food, I think I get full pretty fast. Like the first McDouble, I was pretty full. So I mean,
and how was your water consumption or liquid consumption throughout the whole meet?
I'm not too sure. I didn't really think about it. I did drink water though. I drank maybe a bottle or 2. At the end, I got drug tested, so I had to drink like 2 more bottles because I really couldn't use the bathroom because I did just before my last deadlift.
So all lifts were done.
Yeah.
Okay. No, actually, that's the last thing I want to bring up with the lifts specifically there.
That last deadlift though was crazy.
We'll talk about that last deadlift. I had something written down there. Okay, I can't find it. So
big, light-skinned grizzly bear.
All right, listen. So you're on your last deadlift.
Close it, lock it, yeah?
Deadlift. All right, the video's gonna be rolling. We'll see this. You're on your last deadlift. Fire alarm starts going off because someone opens up a door.
Yeah.
Fire alarm's going off. Prior to that, you're like, hey, I want you guys slapping my back. Have you ever had someone slap your back before a lift?
No.
You ever had someone slap your butt? No?
No.
All right, so fire alarm's going off.
I don't want that.
Fire alarm stops going off. They're like, bar is loaded.
Yeah.
We go. Connor and I proceed to slap your back.
Yeah.
You step out on the
I
platform.
didn't think you guys were gonna do it because it was like you took a second.
Did you feel anything during that slap?
It felt good. I mean, you know, energized. But
Come on, baby! Glory to you, Lord. Glory to you, Lord. Pick that shit up. Come on! Yeah! Yeah! Come on! Let's go! Come on, baby. Come on! Come on!
I don't know why I went up so fast. Honestly, like, you know, my girlfriend told me to act like I was trying to get something off her, so maybe that, you know, that probably helped. But I don't know, man. The Connor said to rip it off the ground, and you know, I did. So
It was the quickest mover.
Yeah, it went up faster than 550. Like, you know, I think 550. I thought it was going to move faster than it did. So like it moved like pretty, like not slow, but it moved slower than I wanted it to. And I don't know. I think Daryl asked me like, if you're not, or my girlfriend, one of them. I'm sorry, I forgot. One of them asked me like, if you're not confident that you can hit it, like don't put it in. And so like I had to like make myself confident, because I really wasn't confident, but I had to tell myself like, because I've never in the gym, like 600 is like hard. I only hit it one time, so it was pretty hard for me. And this was like 606, and so I had to be confident. I had to go out there like I knew I could do it, and it flew. So,
what were you thinking about going into each lift right when they call you on the platform?
Just getting the lift. Like I don't think doing any of my lifts, I don't think I looked at anybody in the crowd. And like looking back at some of the videos, like people were saying my name and stuff. I didn't hear that. Like I was just trying to block everything out and just focus on the lift. Beside the last squat, because after that squat I did, like I looked and I was just, because I was happy, because I know that was a record. So I was pretty happy.
Who was with you helping you throughout your meet?
A bunch of people, man. So my girlfriend, Quadera, Elton, Connor, Trent, Daryl, Jerry, David, Eric, my mom, my sister, my two nephews, DJ, Cameron, Ty. I said Daryl already. Even the lady, I don't know her name. The lady that was, for the other guy.
Lady helping coaching.
Yeah, she helped.
If you think you went out by yourself,
I would have felt. For sure. If I went by myself. I didn't know. I didn't even know when it was time for me to lift. Like everybody was telling me, I think your flight is going up. I'm like, what? Like, I had no idea. I probably would have I forgot to put in my next attempts. Like almost every time, I forgot to put on my belt. I had somebody had to tell me to put my knee sleeves on and my socks. Like I'm like a baby deer out there, like just, you know what I mean, just learning how to walk. So I would have definitely felt by myself.
On your second squat, right? Third squat? Second squat. On your second squat, you forgot to.
Third squat.
On your third?
Yeah. No, my third one, I
6'10"?
Yeah, 6'10". I didn't. My belt wasn't. I don't know what you call it, latched or whatever.
So you hit the Maryland State record squat without the belt, pretty much.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then on one of your deadlifts, right?
Yeah, the second one I didn't have.
Second deadlift, no belt.
I don't know. I think the first one I might have. I don't know. I don't remember. But
got a tight core.
But
strong core.
Yeah. I do some core exercises sometimes, but and I don't use a belt. Why are you laughing? I do on Saturdays. All right, so look, on Saturdays I've made it a goal to do I do hip flexor strengthening. I do sled walks, and I do core exercises and the stuff that I use. I don't train directly, so I use that day to do cardio and other stuff.
Do you think training with no belt has helped you when you come to a meet and finally get to use a belt?
Yeah, but no sleeves too. So there are pros and cons. A lot of, I don't want to call them old heads, but a lot of experienced gentlemen in the gym, when they see me training with no sleeves and no belt, they be like, oh, you can get injured and stuff like that. But I feel if you're not trying to ego lift, you gotta listen to your body first of all. You have to really be in tune with yourself. If you know the weight is too much, when you unrack it, I know, it's fun to hit PRs and stuff, but you really have to listen to yourself. If you feel a tweak or if you feel slightly something's wrong, you got to stop. You got to chill. Don't be afraid to take a couple of days off. So, yeah, I would really stress people lifters to listen to their bodies, but also, also listen to other people. People have, told me oh, it's good to wear belts and sleeves. So I have more, but warming up to a top set or whatever, I don't use sleeves and a belt all the time. But like I said, it's good for. I don't use the belt barely at all. But knee sleeves, I am much your needs to be healthy and everything. So those are good to use. But you gotta keep that core tight because if something like that happens, or if like, you know, I've seen instances where somebody will go down for a squat and their belt will unlatch, and so you always have to be ready and make sure to train those directly also.
What music were you listening to?
Gospel music.
Gospel music?
Yeah.
What kind of music do you like listening to in general?
Gospel music.
Gospel music?
Yeah. Also, I do like rock music. I like rap. I like alternative, I like R&B. I like all music, really. I love music, but gospel music really helps me just to praise God like throughout the day and just lift. And I love it too. It really like feeds your spirit, you know what I mean? And it sounds really good. So yeah, I listen to gospel music while I'm working out, and that's what I was listening to at the meet too.
Go ahead. So what's your goals for the future of powerlifting, and what are your meet goals for your next time you compete?
All right, so goals for powerlifting is I want to be the strongest junior in America, possibly the world, in my weight class, whatever that is. If that's 100 kilos, or what's the next, like 105 or 110 or whatever. 110. Yeah, I want to be strongest. I want to be the strongest out of everybody, and I have some really steep competition. Like I watch some guys; they're super strong, but they're a lot stronger than me now. But like, I don't let that discourage me, because I just gotta take it day by day.
So, what number specifically do you want to hit for your next meet, and when?
Next meet, I really want to be in a whole another class. Like, I want to open like bench wise on the 400s, like if possible. Like, that's really what I want. But if not, having a third attempt that's 400 plus, like maybe 410, 420 or something. But I want to be in the 400s at least for my second or third attempt. Squat. I want squat and the deadlift to be in the 700s. That's a goal, yeah. And I also want to get my deadlift to be stronger than my squat. So whatever I need to do, if I need to learn sumo or something, like I'm not like one of those guys that's like, oh, sumo is for like cheaters. Like, I don't like, if I can get like a high number doing sumo, like I will. But it's just not comfortable to me. So it will most likely be conventional.
Do you low bar or high bar squat?
It's right below my traps. I don't know. It's not really neither. It's like right in the middle.
What do you think about low bar? You see people squatting that way?
Whatever works for you. Pretty much. I mean, if I'm not mad though. The dude that was I think Nicholas Soto, who was doing sumo, like, but yeah, like a really big deadlift. Like it looks really good. Like just the form, the technique, like it looks really good. But I'm just like what they call like stick and rip it. Like I just like to get in there, get tight, and just pull.
You have a favorite Bible verse?
Not really. Because I'm learning like more of the Bible every day. So, but the verse that has, I guess, resonated the most with me, which is Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. And that just reminds me to put God first in everything that I do. Yeah. And I think that verse. I think everybody should know that verse. Because we can unintentionally idolize a lot of things. Like I saw a video today, and it was saying that like we praise like the gifts, but not like the gifted. Like we pray to God for so many things, and then once we get them, like we idolize them. Like if it was a car, like we put so much time and money and care into our car, but we don't do that like with God. Like we don't continue to thank God like after we receive what we asked Him for. So like if I went to this meet and then like I did what I wanted to do, but I was like I did, like I'm so strong, like I'm so amazing, like yes, like I don't know, like you know what I mean, like if I was just so like self-indulged, I guess, and like forgot the complete reason why I said I was doing this, and then people be like that's cool, but like I thought you said you was doing it like for the Lord, you know what I mean? So I think it's good to like seek Him first. And like you will receive the things that you ask Him for that are in His will for you, but to continue to thank Him and continue to seek Him even when you get the things that you ask for, and continue to do His will, because it's not like a transactional relationship. Like it's a real loving relationship. It's an eternal relationship, and you gotta prioritize that over anything else.
When I wrote this down, there's two things I noticed of you going into each lift.
Mm.
Confidence and no fear at all. I couldn't see any of it.
Yeah.
And I guess the question is, where'd you get that?
God also. I mean, yeah, I forgot who I told this to, but like my reason for doing this, it wasn't a selfish reason. So also, like, the way I live, like, I know that whatever happens in my life, you know what I mean, it's God's will. Like, I slip and fall sometimes, but like, for the most part, I know it's all God's will. So if I was going to miss a lift that day, like, I wasn't going to let it discourage me. Like, I'll come back and I'll get it again or whatever the case is. But everything worked out for me, so that was a blessing. But
just want to talk about peeing in that cup.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll talk about getting drug tested.
Yeah.
First ever drug test. Well, is it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I had one for work, but like that wasn't like.
Talk to me about that experience.
Cool.
Not for work, but here.
It was cool. I mean, the guy was cool. I was talking to him a little bit. He had to like, see my junk and watch me pee in the cup. So that was that was pretty cool.
You said he held your hips.
But yeah, and I had to sign a bunch of forms. And he asked me a bunch of questions, and like it was. I felt honored though, like to get drug tested my first meet like that. It's pretty cool, and I got the first place, thing, necklace and everything. So, but it was cool though. It wasn't, I had to show him my driver's license and like telling me like medication no more. I guess we talking about that too. The medication and
Want to talk about that meds?
Any like vitamins and stuff. Yeah.
What do you take?
So
you want to share that story?
I take the season medication. I forgot what it's called. Did I tell you this? Yeah, this is a season medication. When I turned 18, like I had a seizure. I was smoking and drinking. It was on my 18th birthday, and I guess like just the mix of all that stuff and like no sleep, like bad for your system pretty much. So I had a seizure that day. I went to the hospital. I think I had something that I forgot what it is, but it's pretty much like youth epilepsy or something. So like you get it from like 17 to like 20, maybe like a couple years, and then like it goes away or whatever. But basically the medication was just to make sure nothing happens. But like pretty much I don't really need it. Like I just have to make sure that like I'm sleeping, drinking water, like, and I'm fine. But well, I haven't had one in like 3 years or whatever. But I take it just to take it. So I'm gonna say that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and you can't get to the Father without Him. So Jesus loves you, and He's knocking at the door. So just all you gotta do is just be willing to open the door. A lot of people, if you ask them like why they don't believe or why they don't want to know Jesus, they'll probably give you a bunch of excuses, but it really comes down to just like themselves. Like even if you could prove Jesus to them, if you can give them 1,000 different facts, they still wouldn't believe just because they don't want to. So think for yourself. This world is run by the enemy. So obviously everywhere you look, you're going to see him. So it might even be your own family, but Jesus came to devour families and for his people. So seek him. And I'm sorry. Just seek him and seek him. That's pretty much it.
What does that necklace mean to you? What does it say?
Well, honestly, this necklace is new. I had one that meant a lot more because I had it for a lot longer. I just got this a couple days ago, but the other one I had, so the other necklace I had, it meant a lot to me. It was Philippians 4:13, right? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that necklace was actually the reason I met Elton, because when we went into the green room with the turf and everything, he saw my necklace and he was like, oh, what you know about Jesus? Something like smart that he would say. And so that necklace is actually the reason why I met Elton, because we started talking because he saw my necklace. This necklace though is the one I just got because the other one broke. And it's Isaiah 40. 61. No, 40. I'm sorry. Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I'm your God. And I need to learn the verse, so I guess we can start now. No, I want to say that I really appreciate all you guys for setting this up and just giving me the opportunity. You know, I'm humbled and I'm just inspired by you guys every day. I really want you guys to know that, and I really appreciate everybody in this room and one of you guys can know. And I don't want to get emotional, but like a lot, like, you know, I love you guys so much, and it really means a lot, and yeah, that's it.
What's up, guys?
What's up, brother? We're set up over there.
So what are we doing?
We're set up down there.
What are we doing?
I'll talk about that later.
Just tell what?
You tell me.
Just tell what?
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Your band.
We're gonna turn gay.
They're turning on gay.
This tap water make you gay.
Look that up. Does tap water make you gay?
It made the frogs gay.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
The frog.
Mm-hmm.
I think this could go down, the three of us.
Hmm?
This could go down, the three of us. Doing something.
What?
What kind of podcast?
So.
Stop, bro.
Why
I can't be talking about gay frogs and then I can't say that after.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say right after. It could go down the three of us. Two black guys and one guy.
What do you mean? He's not black.
I'm light skinned. I'm light skinned, bro.
He's light skin, that's it.